kick things off. So welcome everybody. Really glad to have you here today. My name is David Tolkien. I am the Director of Business Development here at Shopware, a cloud-based shop management system. I'm joined by my longtime friend, Todd Westerlund, CRO of FacePay. Today's webinar is the profit-saving system every shop owner needs to know. Todd and I go way back. Normally I have like a pre-written introduction, but A, he failed to get me one, and B, I know him, so we'll just kind of go with it. But Todd and I've known Todd for a long time. And if you were in the automotive aftermarket and you don't know Todd, then you are a rarity, because Todd has been around. I've known him since back our days when we worked together at Demandforce. After that, Todd worked selling shop management software, actually selling our Rider. He's helped build Kakui up to what it is today, and now is helping launch FacePay. So this guy has traveled the world in a Sprinter van and visited more shops. Not many people have visited more shops than I have, but he is one of them. He has been to, I'd say, probably shops in every single state in this country. Been to more shows than you can possibly imagine, and definitely spoken as well. I heard a rumor he's been to 10,000 shops. I don't know if that's true, but we'll let him speak to that. But he's a great guy. He shares wholeheartedly the philosophy that I do about feet on the street, and it's about being present and going into shops and visiting shops and talking to shops, and really understanding what their challenges are and providing them technological solutions to solve those challenges. So without further ado, I'll pass things over to Todd and give him control, and we'll let him take it away for us today.
Oh, you're awesome. Thanks, David. Let's see here.
You owe me $50.
Yeah, $50. Oh, the family has the beef jerky business. So where's the present button? Here we go. And make sure, double checking, David, you can see my screen. Okay.
Yep, rock and roll.
Correct. Awesome. Excellent. Well, thank you. That's so weird. You and I both are just normal guys that just love to help mom and pop shops and just help. We always use that same phrase too. Help great salt of the earth people. And if I ever find myself where I'm not doing that, I just continually gravitate to how do we help folks. So thanks for the intro. Have been in the industry a little bit, celebrating my 32nd year. So I guess now that all the hair is gray, now I'm gonna start losing it all. So really excited about that. Celebrated my 50th birthday this year, which wasn't able to do a whole lot. So that's pretty awesome. But during that time, I was really fortunate to reconnect with Dr. Hale, and somebody that David and I both had worked with for many years. He happened to be out of the 16 floors back in the Demandforce days. They're out of the 16 floors at Demandforce. Dr. Hale happened to be on our floor, and it was really cool. It was awesome to kind of pass by and check in with him, and just really had an amazing synergy, and just kept in contact with him over the years. And as he traveled the world, we've got the FacePay jet. I might be able to show that at the end here in the background. As he was traveling the world, one of the things he noticed out there is that we were behind in the contactless payments area, but also more so, not just a text to pay or something like that, like the full contactless movement, if you will. Like this brick is archaic, it's old, it's outdated, it's a petri dish. If you've ever taken a look, they get pretty gross as time goes on. And as he was traveling around different countries, he would see places they just pull out their phone, scan and pay. He was telling me a kind of a story once where he had gone down, he was in a different country, and went to get a taxi, scan to pay. Went to a street vendor, scan to pay. Went and got a steak dinner, scan to pay. The whole time, he never took out his wallet. He just utilized his phone. So now, as we kind of come to America, and he created FacePay and launched it, we kind of want to take a look at what is this? What is this profit saving system? And how do we set the stage for this? And how does this make this much of an impact to the shop? So let's go back in time a little bit, go back in history a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at these. I don't know if there's questions that I'm supposed to answer.
If stuff comes up, I'll let you know. I'll hop in. You just
Okay.
rock and roll.
Okay, sounds good. I didn't know if it was from you, so I don't want to hear at the end. Like,
no,
dude,
I'll let you know. I'll hop in if you need it.
Awesome. So everybody on the phone, we're the culprits. We're the ones who did it. 1920s, Standard Oil. I mean, they're looking for a way to defer payments to the end of the month. And next thing you know, fast forward, 80, 90, 100 years. And what happens? We now have $44 billion of credit card debt. There's a $44 million of credit card debt. We got the fees that hit you guys so bad. It's the more I research it, the more I understand actual just credit card processing. It's tough. It's tough on the business. And up until now, you didn't really have anything when we talked about that line item when you were working if you're working with a coaching company or just taking a look at your P&Ls. It's not really too much to talk about. Maybe we can go out and talk to one of the processors and see if you can get a better rate. I know Shopware has some amazing ones that are partnered, and that's awesome. Maybe we can get a great rate. But for the most part, there's not too much that can be done. I've talked to shop owners that all across the board. I had somebody who had $8,000 in fees today, over 12 months, come on board. Last month, I had somebody come on board at $90,000 in fees. It's rough. And so when we talk about fees, think of things like Amex. I know there's an extra fee that, if you're using the Amex. I know that if you, when that money is traveling to your bank, sometimes there's a delay because, and it's just business, it makes sense. If that money is held for a little bit, the company who's doing that can earn a little bit of interest. So, hey, you can't fault them. Makes total sense. Some things are out of their hand. The federal government will raise something and they have to raise their rates. The toughest one, though, for you, the one that really hits home for me is the card not present. So let's kind of touch base on that just a little bit. No doom and gloom, David, but I'll just kind of say, hey, there is the pandemic. Things are going to get better. But during that time, I mean, just really thankful that we were in an industry that was an essential industry. But there's kind of an underlining cost that also hit the essentialness of the shop. You guys have to supply masks. I have shops now that are doing full pickup and drop off. So that's great. If I call in and I call into that, Hale Automotive and I say, hey, or Luscious Garage, could you pick my car up and drop it off? I'm immune compromised. I need some help. You got to think of, you've got to not only pick it up and drop it off, then you also are going to have somebody that's got to pick that person back up. It's a lot of cost that's involved in that. Sanitizing the vehicle. I mean, the gentleman I was just on the phone with before this, I told him all about Shopware, David, of course. He has bags to put the keys in, sanitizing bags, and then he hangs them on hooks in front of the counter there. When you come in, you stay at a distance, your keys are all sanitized in a bag. Gloves, talk about, DVI, being able to use Shopware and do a digital inspection and let the consumer see that and not have to come in and go underneath the car the old school way. I think back before DVI, a lot of I was a technician for 15 years. I was a smog tech in California. We walked the customer over and had to show him with a flashlight. And so crazy. And then here's the thing to really understand. I'm always surprised that shops didn't know this, or that this wasn't disclosed to them, or there was a little fine print that wasn't in there. So card not present, basically, if it's going through the website, if somebody calls in and says, hey, can I give you my phone or give you my card over the phone? Because the card is not physically there, you're going to pay an extra percent, or 0.8. So meaning if they got you set up at like 1.7, 1.8 seems to be a lot of the standard. I talk to the shops and they go, oh man, with this virus, I'm having to do all this text to pay. And I say, what's your rate? And they go, oh, we're at 1.8. Okay. A text to pay, you have card not present. And so then they go and take a look, and sure enough, they're up around 2.6%. And we kind of go back here, we start talking about what is that impact to the profit margins of the shop. And if we could save any of that, okay, what would that be? What if we could save half? Okay, what if you're on the webinar and you have $20,000 in fees? What if you could shave that in half and make it 10,000? All day long, I have people coming on board, and all day long, making friends. So let's take a look. First, I'm going to show you two different options, kind of start to show you FacePay, kind of explain that a little bit from what that's going to look like from the customer side, what that's going to look like from the shop side, and why is this different than just a text to pay? Hey, I talk to shops all the time. They say, I have text to pay. I have that. Okay, well, you do pay a higher fee. Well, I have something that goes through the website. Then you still pay a higher fee. So one of the things out there is with FacePay. FacePay is, let me see, let me get this one loaded too, so you guys can see this. FacePay is very simple. When you look at the world out there, and you have all these different subscription models now, you think of Netflix, you think of, who would have known we'd all be subscribing to Netflix or Amazon Prime? Have Uber, you click a button, taxi shows up, or really nice car, DoorDash or whatever service you use, now you click a button and food signs up. So consumers are very used to being able to use their phone to have a service or a reaction happen, meaning I need an Uber, I hit a button, I've put in, I previously had set up all my information, and boom, that vehicle, I can watch a map as that vehicle comes to me. Well, it really helped with FacePay that, right time, right place. And then also as the pandemic hit, it also gave us another really nice push to get all these folks on board with a contactless payments, option there. So first I'm going to show you is just scan to pay on. Whoop, I got to go back. How do we go back? It was on that Google thing, not on the PowerPoint. So, okay. So it's not going to play the videos. That's awesome. Technology never fails on a PowerPoint. So when you play, there's two little videos that play here. When you show one with the scan to pay, what happens is it actually just shows the consumer go in live. They're able to pull their phone out. You're going to have your own personal QR code for the shop. It's going to look like this. Okay.
Can you take a quick step back and just kind of explain what exactly FacePay is for those that don't understand it? Just a quick high overview.
Gotcha. So FacePay is it is a direct bank-to-bank platform that once both parties are verified, at any time you can facilitate a handshake and essentially transfer money, if you will. So when we look at that, the shop goes through about, 5 or 6 minutes of getting set up, getting their bank connected, and then they get verified. The federal government has us have a certain amount of check boxes that we have to have checked to have this handshake happen. The consumer then has a few things they need to put in: first name, last name. They can verify with Amazon. They can verify with Facebook, Gmail, create kind of their own account. They're going to put in their routing number and their bank account, or what 90% of everybody does is you just log right into your bank account. It actually finds your checking account and connects it up. It takes a consumer a minute and 10 seconds the first time. After that, it's 10 to 15 seconds anytime in the future that the consumer uses FacePay. So nice thing is, once they've gone through that, they're in. They don't, it's not an app, okay? So they simply get logged right into FacePay, so we don't have to worry about something running on the phone or drawing resources or any of those things. They just, simply when they log in, phone keeps credentials, so it just relogs you right in, and you're able to hit one button and pay with FacePay. I get a couple questions. Okay, so you're saying bank to bank, so they have to have the money in the bank. Do you guys process credit cards? No, we don't. We don't process credit cards. You still need to have a credit card processor, and you still need to keep aggressively working to get the best rate and get that down. FacePay simply runs in the business. You put it in place, it just automatically runs. Your customers will self-sign up, and they're literally going to just hit a button and pay. Let me go from here. I want to see if I can go to here. Okay. So I'm going to go to a live, kind of live dashboard and show you kind of what that looks like, so you guys have even more understanding. So when we're training the shops, one of the biggest phrases that we're utilizing is that the shop has moved to their preferred means of contactless payments, which is FacePay. They will then tell the consumer, hey, we're moving in a direction to keep you ultimately more safe, and also keep our employees safe too. Anytime anybody is having to touch this thing or have more contact or get close with each other, I don't think things are going to change for a while. So it's time to just get comfortable. And at the end of the day, if we have folks who are paying before the vehicle's even picked up, there's also a secondary thing, which is a huge time savings. So let's take a look at 3 buttons. We'll talk about time savings here in just a second. So first one's text to sign up. Somebody out there give me a phone. Hey, no, I don't. I'm going to say, Tolkien, give me your phone number. Give me your cell phone. I'll send you one. Normally I'd get a cell phone number, put it on, and send it to you. Okay, click this box. I send it. It's about 3 seconds till it gets to you. So everybody,
this is how the customer signs up.
Yeah, this is how the customer signs up. And one way they do. Okay, I provide everything as far as everything for website code. I have everything for email marketing, email sign up, text marketing. And then what's amazing about Shopware is it has all the places along the way to just already implement FacePay in there, so that it's just a natural flow of the business. If we're on the phone with the consumer, we're able to simply just say, hey, I'm going to send you a link, and you're going to be able to get registered. Takes them a minute and 10 seconds the first time, 10 to 15 seconds anytime they pay in the future. Now let's take a look at text to pay. Real simple. On text to pay, we're going to put the cell phone number in. Again, we're going to click the consent button there. We're going to put the amount in. And then for Shopware, really important, you have the repair order. There's a line that says repair order, but what Facebook utilizes, so everything works just perfect. FacePay utilizes, so everything works nice and seamless, is you actually are just going to cut that code, the digits right there from the actual URL on that repair order. So you're going to take those, you're going to copy and paste those right here. And then it'll actually show that the payment and everything's, then fully integrated into Shopware. So just one small difference is not the repair order. You're going to take that small code, you're going to cut and paste that right there, and you'll see that connect up. I'll show you guys a little bit more on that in the end. I'm going to show you guys a couple of cool things in that aspect. So first and foremost, let's just talk charge. So I have walked into the shop. I've been using FacePay for years now with the shop, and it's great because we can just click the button, put the amount in, and click charge a consumer. It will then show up right here, and also it'll send a text message to who you want. So business owner, who's in finance, service writers, just that instant confirmation that the payment has been processed. So if we kind of step back, we talked about a little bit of processing. So we don't hold your money. So it's set so that it releases to your bank right away. So we are same day, very important. I didn't even realize that you could hold folks' money, but that's not in how we run our business. It's instantly released to you. So that's why when I was kind of saying, hey, you're going to watch it instantly post here, you're going to be able to see that. Now, one other thing is this download button right here. When you click on that, it's going to bring up your reconcile. So this is your daily reconcile, weekly reconcile, monthly reconcile, and yearly reconcile. You're able to just click that button and have that right there. Dr. Hale was a divisional CTO at Intuit and worked directly with QuickBooks. So that was one of the things he knew what you needed in the exact format that it needed to be in. So that's why it looks familiar and matches exactly what you need there. So I'm going to show you guys something. I want to show you a couple cool things to really start thinking about. We're not going to go too far in this. I don't want to go diving into a long, kind of rabbit hole. But I want you guys to just understand that this is here. It's done, and it's something that you can utilize. Not going to be perfect for every shop, because every shop is a little different. But first off, let's talk installments. So I have a Chicago parts store that also does large builds, meaning they do Mustangs and Chevys and stuff like that. They have 10 cars they're building, and they're somewhere between $20,000 and $50,000 builds. And that's all they do. They don't do any maintenance. They only do those builds, okay? So when I showed them the system, they said, hey, we love it, but can you have Dr. Hale build some installments? Because we just want it to be able to just set it up, and the 15th of the month, $5,000 comes out, and we continue just building that build. I have had some shops tell me that some of the fleet accounts, this works perfectly for. So just as a note, I do have installments. Here's another one. You guys might have read the Ratchet and Wrench article. I know that Greg Buckley said a little piece there on subscriptions. I have 3 shops out there in the United States. They're trying some different programs. I don't have, we work closely with the Pit Crew marketing folks too. They have a really great program also, which you could say is kind of subscription. Here's what I have. I have the secure payment platform for subscriptions, okay? Now, when I say subscriptions, I have a shop that set up a VIP program. You get 3 oil changes a year, you get free towing in like a 15-mile radius, extended warranty, preferred scheduling, 7% off of future repairs, free wiper blades in the winter, AC check in the summer, there's a whole package. You have to sign up and utilize FacePay to be a part of this VIP package. But when you do that, this shop owner is able to set up a full subscription for an individual subscription for that consumer, and then it just runs. So I've had some shops that said, hey, love FacePay, this is amazing. we need something set up. We want to test out subscriptions, and we want to be able to load 1,000 people in on a subscription model, right away. Okay, so we have that. Just lastly on subscriptions, the reason why we're going to keep educating and keep exploring, working with the best minds in the industry. Our advisory council of automotive shops are made up of all the most top brilliant people in the United States. What's one of the things you guys have always told me, we're always talking, is the ups and downs. Well, like, why is this month down? This month is up. And every shop owner always tells me, if I could just get things to smooth out a little bit, man, that'd make me really happy. Well, if you think about that, think of subscription models. So let me jump back over here to the deck, and then I click present. Okay, I'm going to come back to that. We got, this one's a little out of order there. So with that, let's just think subscriptions. Everything here, this is just my household. This is just my household. My daughter watches Disney. My wife watches Hulu. I watch ESPN. But we have all these subscriptions. We use Dash Pass. Every once in a while, we get the DoorDash. Pest controls on a monthly subscription. Dog food is in Amazon Prime. It shows up on a subscription. Same with the cleaning products. My wife told me when I kind of started asking what subscriptions we have in the house, she has this Stitch Fix thing. I didn't even know it. So I guess this whole package of clothes arrives and she gets to pick things, and it's pretty pricey. But it's on subscription. She's got an unlimited car wash thing. I didn't know about this too. That's on subscription too. So $19.95 a month. She can go as many times as she wants. So in that,
you can get a Supercuts subscription now too. Did you know that, Todd?
You can get a what?
Supercuts. You can get unlimited haircuts.
Really?
Yeah.
That is that completely makes sense.
I could probably use unlimited beard trimming, but yeah, I don't really need the haircuts. But yeah, they do have that.
I'm writing that down, so I'm always learning. I didn't know that. I'll add that in. It makes sense. So I've asked people, I've asked consumers, asked my wife, I've talked to a lot of people, hey, if you could have a subscription for your shop, and it was, whatever, $19.95, $39 a month, and it included these items, okay, and you knew, like, you could just drop it off, and it just covered everything, would that be better? And, the answer is yes. There's a group of customers that are like, yeah, that makes sense. So we're going to jump backwards now, going backwards in time. So let's talk about some shops that are utilizing FacePay and what are the impacts to the shop. Biggest question I get is, will my customers use it? Will they use it? So they have to have money. Would they use this? What is the adoption rate? Really? You just put this in place, they automatically use it? A+ Japanese right there, middle of the screen, Eric, he's going to be the first shop to put $1 million through FacePay. He's on, he's what do you call it? On that path, every month. And when you think about that, months ago, he was just doing everything through, credit card processing, a credit card processor. I talked to him, his fees were one of the highest I've heard in the United States, like insane. He just said he's sick of it. He's tired of the rates going up and all this stuff. And so next thing you know, over 30% of his business is now going through FacePay. And it's just something they put in place. Brian Kelly right up there also. I don't know if you guys have seen Emily and maybe one of the articles. Emily just put it in place, put it into the process of the POS system, and then it just reminds the customer and prompts them to get set up with FacePay all along the way. And then Mission Auto, that's Southern California, really great because I watch BJ and he just drops big jobs through. Like he just constantly is utilizing FacePay for big payments. When I look all across the United States, it's there's no one silver bullet for any shops. Let me get that out there. Every shop is a little bit different. Some shops I see, it's a lot of $350 to $500 charges going through FacePay. I have other shops that have $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 constantly going through FacePay. So I've got the tire place on the East Coast.
So Todd, real quick, Todd,
yeah.
So you're saying like real that you've got shops that customers are getting $5,000 tickets and they've got that 5,000 in the bank and they're just making a straight transfer. I mean, as simple as that. They're not putting it on a credit card. They're not saying I want the credit card points. They're just saying, okay, I'll use this. Is that what you're saying?
All day long. And let me tell you of my excitement. Okay. Here's, you know me, David, you know what gets me pumped up is I get text messages all the time from people. They're saying, I just saved 24 bucks. I saved 88 bucks. This is awesome. Every morning I check and I'm just excited to, talk to the shops and see like who's doing what. It's awesome. It is absolutely awesome. I can give you some pretty solid data on the adoption rate. Okay. So we clearly know this. So everybody on the webinar has a really good idea. 10 people walk in the door, 4.8 of them will utilize FacePay. Okay. I don't have a shop yet that is broke 50%. I have an idea who's just about to do it, but right now, if 10 people walk in, 5 of them will still need to use a credit card, want to use a credit card. That's just that. Now, interestingly enough too, when I talk with the shop owner, a lot of you in this, you're saying, well, I have this many go through with debit, and I have this, and I have that, and 99% of my people use a credit card. We don't even accept checks anymore. Would they use this? Every day, I have to say the same thing. Throw all that away. Don't just take it out of your mind. I got you set up. I'll show you how our pricing model is. I don't have any cancels. Just put this in place and watch what happens. We can actually stand behind it and you'll see what happens. Once your customers use it, it's 7 steps. So it's faster than Uber, faster than DoorDash. We had to make it faster than everything out there. It's got to be so easy for the customer, quick and smooth for the service writer. So that's done. Just put it in place. Works really easy. One of the things we're really thankful and blessed is to be integrated into Shopware. That really helps because I know you guys like things on one report and needs to kind of show there. So that's absolutely fantastic. I will say, just kind of as my one Shopware plug, is that I've worked in this industry, the 32 years, but let's just take the last 13, 14 years with software, with the management systems. Shopware has the cleanest data that I've seen out there. I told Carolyn this, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 years ago. And she just brought it up like last month. And that was the thing, is that it's just really, really solid, the way that it's built. It reminds me a little bit of your Steve Jobs in a way, the fact that what happens behind the scenes is so organized, so perfect. It's something that we all wouldn't even really know, but it's incredible. So that's really helped us with how does integration work. So vehicle checks in, invite customer to be contactless. If there's a drop box or if they're in person, you have your own FacePay QR code. Okay, they can also do it right through the website. All the ways. I even had a shop. Steve Geiling, David, in Louisiana. He did a mailer out.
I don't know him.
Don't know him? Oh, I thought you knew him. He's one of Buckley's close friends. He did a mailer out to 10,000 households around his shop and basically said, we've moved to contactless, and on every single card was the personal QR code of that shop. And so they're able to get them checked in. The job is completed. So we directly charge the customer. Move this right there so I can
Show
see
us the
it.
QR code, Todd.
What?
Show us the QR code.
Show you a QR code.
You got a card there?
I did, yeah. You see that? That's a QR code. That's what it looks like.
Right on.
Yeah. In case you didn't know, what's that stand for? Quick response, something like that. So with that, you directly charge the customer with FacePay, automatically post back into Shopware. So you're going to see that right there. Send invoice or share paid invoice with customer, showing that, again, integrated with FacePay. And then the relational payments are cleared the same day and reconciled inside Shopware. So again, super seamless, very smooth, awesome stuff. Okay, and I think this one gives us a little, very similar to what we just looked at there, but you can see the FacePay jet in the background. So there we go there. So let's talk about what do we cost? Like, how do you guys make money? Okay, let's kind of close up here and open it up for questions. So everything's been done for you. I have everything from welcome kits to all the verbiage for text messages to email blasts to text campaigns, to appointment reminders, the website integration. Every single aspect is done and ready for you. On top of that, our head trainer is who is our enterprise trainer is Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson was formerly of Wilhelm Automotive. So I worked with him for 7, almost 8 years in my previous company. And he worked with 11 shops. He was responsible for all the success that those 11 shops had. He understands a day in the life of the service writer. He understands the management system, how to set the shop up and how to implement this profit saving system in place there. He's awesome to work with. And the one thing I knew that you guys really needed was, hey, if we're getting training, we need somebody who knows what's going on in the shop. So now let me go to right down here. Let's talk, how much does FacePay cost? Real simple. So we will in the future, not now, to Shopware clients, but we will charge a training fee and we will have a bank verification fee. It is a cost to us. Right now, I'm waiving that cost. I'm also giving you 30 days free. Okay, so that first month, we get trained, make sure that training happens so it's not disruptive to the shop. I want you to drop some $5,000 payments through month 1, just slam them through, first 30 days free. I have a 13-month agreement that you can cancel at any time. Okay, so no setup, 30 days free, 13-month agreement, cancel at any time. It's kind of one of those things where the thing that I know is that once the shop is using it, and more importantly, once the customers are using it, you're not going to stop. You're actually going to get addicted to it. You're going to be like, hey, use our FacePay, because every single time the customers don't get charged, there's no charge to them. I've got that question twice this week in 2 different demos. There's no charge to the customer. It is $99. If you put $50,000 through, it's $99. Put $10,000 through, it's $99. It's the same. That's it. And I will say, I'm just gonna put this out there. I'm taking Friday off. I've got 26 demos. I'm still getting through. I blocked off the rest of the day just for everybody from Shopware. It's all I can say is it must be tough out there, and any way we can save, money is huge. So good stuff. So let me open it up. I'm gonna put this on the screen just for a minute so that you jot this down. Cell phone number, directly give me a call. You can text me people have questions, email me, please. I'll jump back into the product kind of with questions here, but let me open it up to you guys. Any questions? Ask any question you want.
Todd, was there a guarantee or something that like if you didn't hit a certain amount in processing, you wouldn't have to pay the monthly fee?
In the beginning, we tried a couple different models, and that one didn't work. And
Okay.
the reasoning, just real simple, is that actually I had Mr. Greg Buckley take a look. Our pricing was different. It was higher. $99. Everybody just says, they say the same thing. They go, it's too low. It's too low. It's only 99 bucks. 99 bucks a month. That's it. So, but still, in growing face pay, it's just the perfect number. So,
Okay. So it's 99 bucks a month.
that's it. Simple.
Try it out free for 30 days. If you don't like it, don't do it. But you will like it.
I think there is a link that I don't know, David, are we allowed to drop the link?
Yeah, that's fine. Real quick,
yeah.
Todd, does the price go up after the first 30 days, or is it just 99 a month and that's it?
Just 99 days or 99 a month. Yeah.
Got it. And it doesn't
That's
matter
it.
how many advisors or techs or whatever that they're using?
Nope.
Okay.
And training, I mean, I've had some folks that have had a new service writer come in, so we have to train the new service writer. That's included. Yeah, so that's it. It's $99 a month. Very simple, easy.
All right, I'm going to throw this out there. It hasn't been asked, but I'm sure it's on people's minds, and maybe you can help alleviate some of this. Like, what about the shop that's like, hey, like, okay, so yeah, there are people that have, $5,000 tickets and they can pay those $5,000 tickets with money they have in the bank. But what about the guy that's like, I want the points, right? I want my credit card points. Like, I've got the money, but like, I also like my miles and stuff like that. So what's the response? How do you respond to someone like that?
Great question. Every single demo, they bring that up. Every single shop. Not one shop that doesn't bring it up. Oh no, they're going to use their points. They're absolutely going to use their points. There's no way. So there's been a change that has happened out there, and that change has a couple different pieces to it. That this is why we've set up our pricing model this way. Put it in place. Try it. Have your customers try it. Watch what happens. They're not going to care about the miles. We coined that phrase, or our phrase is relational payments. So David, you come into the shop and I say, hey, David, we moved over to our preferred means of contactless payments, face pay. It's going to take you just a minute, 10 seconds to get up and register, 10 to 15 seconds, anytime in the future that you use it. Most importantly, it keeps you safe, also keeps our staff safe. And then it's also going to save time for you. What we really want is that you just pick up and drop off your car. You've already paid. We just want to make your experience quick and smooth. Okay. Now we go back to the guy with points. 50% of them are going to say, yeah, yep. Hey, I got points on this. I need to use a card. Okay. But if we think about it, I have the Southwest card, and I flew 19 times in 2019. I have not flown since. I'm not going anywhere, so I'm losing all those points. I also have points for rental cars and hotels.com. I'm losing all those. So travel has changed, and some of the things that I got points for. The other thing, and here's it's high level, but again, kind of soak it in. We're completely inundated with watching all of these big companies are doing fine. And what I've watched is a shift in people's mentality of going, if I don't help my mom and pop shop or my local business, my local restaurant or local coffee shop, they're not going to be around. And so there is a relational payments element and a movement with FacePay. And that's where you're going to see those customers do that. I would say it is one of the, I don't want to say it's a big surprise, but I do, when I talk to shops after that, they've been running for a couple months, they go, wow, like so many people are using it. Like, what, did you not think they were going to use it? Well, they got points on a card. Yeah, I mean, now, like I said, it didn't break 50%. 44.8% of folks will use it. So yes, 50% of the people are still gonna have a card to get something back. So and that's okay. Next question. That thing is flashing. There's like 42 questions. I'm like, oh, I can't see any of them. So
Hey, Todd, quick question. So, people are asking about, like, will you still maybe need to use a credit card for people who want a credit card, but what about extended payments? And what if you want to make half up now and half later, still going on face pay, but you don't have to put it all up right now?
so I mean, the system is set up like I showed you guys for that installments. So you are able to do that. But just know, I mean, that's on the shop. That is the shop. So if I went into, Tolkien Speed Shop, we've known each other for, 12 years kind of thing. If I said, listen, you mind if I do 2,000 now? And can I do 2,000 on the 15th? I have shops that do that. The thing that they don't want to do is having to remember or have any of that, essentially what they have to do. So it's set up right here. And yeah, they're able to do that in installments. Yep. It's a good question.
If they're a MSO, Todd, do they pay on a per shop basis, or is it like, how does that work if they have multiple locations?
Yeah, so it is per shop. Very easy to get set up as far as if you have like the same bank account for all locations or you don't, all you have to do is you just sign up one, just so you know, and then we're able to just duplicate all the others. I have shops. I mean, I have seven chain shop on the East Coast, 3-4 chain, the 18 shop coming on board. So yeah, there is a cost. I mean, there's a cost to us, and that's why the $99 is just locked. So
Hey, Todd, what percentage do you think people are using face pay versus credit cards? We know there's still going to be people out there going like, I want to use a credit card. But what, it's like 70, 50, 90% that are switching over to just using face pay. I think it's
if
probably,
ever you're a marketing guy, David, that you just want to go,
I think it's 70.
that like 5 times the exact. So 10 people walk in the door. I'm seeing almost 50% of them will utilize or move over. I think if you're looking first month, I see a lot of shops about 20%. It's a pretty cool thing to talk to your shop and go, last month, all it was straight up credit card. This month, 20% of my business is going through face pay. Like, talk about a change. Like, that's a change. That's why you're hearing about us and seeing about us and people are talking about it. That's real. That just happens. You do have to keep the marketing going, get all the pieces implemented, do a little bit of training with Phil, and make sure that we get that in front. And that's where you're gonna keep continuing to grow up towards that 48%. When I break 50%, I'll tell you guys. But so far, nope.
All right. Anything else?
Questions? I can see. Let's see. What is this one here?
Oh, here's a good question. What about disputes? So
that's a great one.
Let's say that they pay and then like get a callback or something like that. How does that work with you guys?
Yeah, awesome question, Lisa. Thank you, because somebody definitely missed that one. So, so way better than a credit card processing system. You guys have all experienced. Every shop I talk to despises this one thing, and that is when they walk around the corner and dispute the charges, call it, cancel the credit card. Absolutely. Or for those of you, few of you, I come across that was still taking checks. Okay. Somebody goes around and, puts a stop payment on the check or cancels it. So FacePay puts you in charge, meaning I can give up too much of the secret sauce, but when they hit the face pay button, the money leaves their bank. Okay. When they hit the face pay button, the money leaves their bank. It is going to your bank. You are then in control. That is on your side. You have the money. Could you cancel the transaction? Yeah, within the first 24 hours, you could. You absolutely could. After that, you do have to, if there was a dispute, it would go to the bank. So just to kind of understand that. I've always kind of said, hey, if they're a shady customer, they're going to want to use a credit card or a check. Not saying that, I always think the good in everybody, but it happens. It does.
What about, like, let's say that you made a mistake and charged them the wrong amount, and then you have to give them back money. Can you issue refunds?
Geez, one question. You can cancel, not refund. You actually cancel the charge and just reissue the charge. So yes, it's no, yes. Same result.
So you can't issue a refund. You have to cancel that whole thing. They'd send that whole amount of money back to the account, and then you'd reissue them a new one.
Correct. Yep. And it's not like the account's losing money or that kind of thing. It all happens simultaneous. So it happens every once in a while. I'll see it or talk to a shop and,
Got it.
Next question. I'm going to click on these 48, see if I see any.
Well, just real quick, if you want to try it out, go to bit.ly, that's bit.ly/facepay99, and you can sign up now. Get rolling on it for 30 days for free, then $99 after that.
All right. That's all the questions I have, Todd. I see coming in. There has been quite a bit of them, but.
Whoa, yeah, there's.
We've covered most of them.
There's no special equipment needed. I'm like, wow, I'm not kidding. There's like 56 questions.
They've answered most of them in the chat, so I think we've got it all covered. But
yep, this is the equipment right here. Use it from anywhere, anytime. We can set it up so that each service writer has it's set up for what they can use, and maybe the owner has access to other things. So it is customizable. Yeah, that's it. So awesome stuff, David. Thank you.
Yeah, Todd, thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. Obviously your info is up on the screen there still, and chatted the links in the chat. So I really appreciate you having on. I think this is a really amazing solution. I'm a big fan of it. And I think it's, like you said, it won't work for everybody all the time, but it'll work for some people some of the time. And, if you're putting 5, 6, 7, 800 grand through credit card processing and you can divert a percentage of that, well, it seems like a pretty easy no-brainer. So
yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, that concludes our webinar for today with FacePay. Thanks everybody for attending. If you have any questions, feel free to email Todd, feel free to email me. And we will see you all shortly again on something else and amazing.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you,
Take
guys.
care, everybody.
Everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.